All right. It's been a little while since we last met, and last time we did meet, you all kind of ventured out to, well, look into the Thunder Scald, and though you were not able to decode the stones that the Stormforge had, you were able to gain more knowledge from the Thunder Scald. Kyler was able to find a fancy weapon, and you all were able to loot the horde. I think Mira also got access to a new bardic spell, a version of Dimension Door, so that's fun.
Very fun.
My assumption is that you will all spend the next, I mean, I think it's a 3 day journey, is what we said, on going back to Canute's Hamlet, unless any of you have anything else you would like to do instead, or anything of that sense, I suppose.
I'd like to pull somebody in for gossip. Let me figure out who. Wait there. Okay, only three of you. That's not great. Okay. Okay. Well, I hadn't assigned a four to somebody. Okay. Dealer's choice, I guess. Kyler, you're new. Come see me in my chambers.
So rude.
Yes, ma'am.
Kyler is so excited right now.
You must meet the former captain, or like our real captain.
All right, so well, before we officially put you back on the boat, did any of you want to do anything with your downtime on the trip back?
I not off the top of my head, no.
All right. I'm going to assume Lauren wants to try and mess around with weapons, so we'll let her do that in her off time after she listens to
And
the
it's a
recording.
3-day journey back to the ship.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was on the way too. So yeah, let's say 3 days.
Just to keep the ship stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You could probably make it in
Wait,
two
so-
if you kind of forego any downtime and want to kind of push it, get back quickly. But in general, you're looking at 3 days.
Which would make the end of our 3 days at least Saturday, I think. I think Gabriella's trying to keep track with me.
Yeah.
All right. When is Bastion Day?
Wednesday it just happened.
Ah, okay, that's right. All right, so yeah, you're
Some
able to make.
people haven't chosen their bastions.
Well, there really hasn't been that much time since you got them. Like, let's be honest.
It's only been a year.
So, no, go ahead. So
Wait. Oh, no.
no, I was waiting for you, and then you didn't say anything. So go.
Oh no, I was reacting. I said woof.
All right, so you guys are able to make it back, no problem. We'll start on whatever day this would be. So Saturday, I think you said. You've returned to the Yellowtail. Natalie, you are, or Celeste is bringing Kyler in to meet the captain.
Yes.
Who is canonically rolling around on the floor.
It's probably not rolling that much. I mean, it's a harbor. It's probably pretty calm, but yes.
The second Kyler steps into the room and sees the captain, he gets down on one knee, unsheaths his sword, and places it down, out of respect, and he kneels down to the captain.
What do you say?
He says, "Sir Captain Yoffis, thank you for allowing me to come aboard your ship and serve your crew. I vow to protect and do my best to uphold your honor.
Yafis says nothing.
Celeste says, "When did I tell you the captain's name? When did you learn that?" Tidbit. Anyway, enough about him. Let me tell you why I really brought you over here. And then proceeds to gossip.
Oh.
I feel like you should know about the crew.
All right. Anyone else want to do something as the day begins?
Did I get a full description of my spell, or is it like exactly like Dimension Door? Like if I just look up Dimension Door, is it that?
I think yes. Yes, I'm pretty confident it's just Dimension Door.
Okay. Because I wrote down Dimension Door, but then I forgot to ask if it was any different.
Yeah, because Dimension Door does have sightline requirements.
Okay.
Let's see. Brianna, are you able to move the Kyler token around?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if I had actually given you control of the token or if I was saying that I needed to go ahead and do that. So, yeah. All right. Well, so the day begins. Is there anything you want to do in particular, or are you kind of just waiting for something to happen?
Can Kyler attune to his Morning Star of the Baylor Eye?
Because that is basically a gift from your patron god, you will be able to attune to it, no problem. Now, the only potential issue is, I believe that you can only be attuned to 3 objects or 3 items at any given times, and I don't know, because I know you have certain gear that you started with, and I don't know if any of those require attunement, but
Right. But I don't believe.
I don't think that they do, but yeah, you'd be able to attune to the, like, you can attune yourself to the Morning Star, no problem.
Yay! Thanks.
All right. Well, well, I don't know. What do you guys do on a typical morning on the ship?
Good question.
I take
Breakfast.
inventory of all the magical items we have, and then I will probably seclude myself in my library.
All right. Natalie, what's the acting captain's roles in the morning?
Oh man, I don't know. She probably gets up, waves good morning to the office on her way out,
Of course.
gets some breakfast, checks up on the general, what's going on the ship.
All right. Well, as you guys are going about your morning duties, who is there? Are any of you on like watch, like paying attention to what's going on?
Well, Celeste is always perceiving.
Of course.
Yes, I mean, passively at a 19, so
Yep.
it's always on high alert.
Isn't Heath is not with us right now, but isn't
No.
Corvus constantly on watch for an eagle,
Yes.
just continuously?
I
Just
think
on
that's
watch
what
for an
she
eagle?
said, even though I feel like I've made it somewhat clear that the eagle like comes and goes periodically.
Yeah.
But I guess so technically Corvus is on watch. I don't know if we're allowed to know what Corvus
I'm watching
is.
right now.
Yeah. Well,
Now that
there
you mentioned
there
it.
happens to be no
Yeah.
eagle, so
I imagine Kyler would be like meditating on top of the like bird's nest.
crow's nest. Yeah.
Yeah, like praying.
So we've now learned that Brianna's character just likes being in the crow's nest, no matter what.
Terrifying. Mira doesn't like it up there anymore.
Yeah, I would
Like,
imagine not.
Right.
Welcome
Does
in,
Kyla's
Sophia.
character have a role on the ship yet, or like?
Not yet.
That's true. Kyler does not have a
It's really
job.
Kyler role.
Yes,
I would
I mean
love
that's definitely something to consider as you go forward.
Because Brian's role, what was Brian's role again?
She was
He's a
the
gunner.
no,
No.
Hilda Childa was the gunnery sergeant. Brian was the she was the bosun, I believe.
I think she was the bosun, yeah.
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 Hold on, I'm looking.
Kyler would definitely go to Celeste and be like, I'll take any job if you need it. Let me know if you need
Yeah.
any help.
That golden retriever energy.
Yes, exactly.
Well, as you guys are going about your business, none of you said you're in particular on watch. Let's see. Everyone other than Celeste, roll me a perception check.
That's rude.
Well, it's because you auto pass it.
Oh. Score.
We'll say this is a DC 13. Let's just say.
What do I add to that? Hold on. I got an 8.
All right. Okay. Well, so everyone. I mean, honestly, quite frankly, this checks out. Everyone but Lyra is aware that someone has walked onto the ship.
Oh,
Well, it's someone that you recognize, as Astrix calls out and says, "Good morrow, crew of the Yellowtail."
Keith will be sad she's missed this.
She is aware that she is missing Astrix.
Oh no, that was out loud, Mira. That was Mira out loud.
Carla's gonna run down to him and kneel at his presence.
Did either of you two interact? I don't think so.
No,
No.
neither is Lyra and him.
No, he has. He stopped Kyler getting the crap beat out of him.
Right.
So he's
Oh,
gonna say, yes, you seem to have recovered from your incident well, young one."
Yes, sir. I couldn't have done it without you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Uh, yes, of course. Is Celeste available?
Sure.
Yeah, I can go get her. I can go get her for you. Kyler's gonna
I forgot
run.
wasn't there.
He's gonna say, yes, I do understand. You are the acting captain of the Yellowtail, is that correct?
Yes.
Good. Well, much has happened, much has transpired here in Canute's hamlet since you departed a few days hence on your quest. Shall we discuss with your crew the developments that have since occurred?
Sure.
He is going to once the officers, as it were, gather around, he will say, "So, after the incident and the conflict with the Stormforged barbarian, that was once part of your crew, as I understand. I, of course, as you know, went and reported everything that had happened to King Canute, mentioning, of course, all of you by name, rank, and affiliation with the ship. What I can say is that he was wonderfully pleased at your performance. He is, quite frankly, he said something about how you had gone above and beyond to solve the problem with his mead, and that he is grateful and honored to grant you safe passage through his waters. Should you wish to leave at any point, you simply must go and show yourselves to him so that he may give you the title of passage."
Above table question.
Yes.
How did murdering somebody solve the meat problem?
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't think we
Well,
actually did that.
yes, of course. I was somewhat flummoxed at that as well. But you see, when I told him that beneath the monkey's tail there was a secret speakeasy run by the criminal underbelly, and that you and your crew so bravely put an end to it, eliminating the leader of that speakeasy, well, King Canute realized that it was the illicit trade in alcoholic goods that was, of course, undercutting his market. And so he does expect a full turnaround for Canute's golden shower.
Right, we
I'm
did
glad that
collect
he
that.
expects that.
Yes,
I think he may
Yeah.
be the only one.
he certainly does. He keeps asking me my thoughts on his future, and I say that while I am a rune reader, I read the past, not the future. And so far, he has accepted that and does not tend to ask me questions or business advice for these things, of which I must insist I am grateful.
Astrix, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever tasted the golden shower?
Actually, I have not. Though, please, I would request you not to make that known to the king. He does believe that I have imbibed of it, though my cover story for most of the celebrations at the Longhouse is that I am in the midst of a ritual that requires me to abstain from alcohol. And again, he does not quite understand most of what I do, so it tends to work.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to start abstaining from alcohol here, but that's not our problem.
It is entirely possible. That is not, however, my purview. And I do suggest that if you also believe that to be the case, that you get the seal of passage before he is made aware that it was not necessarily the speakeasy that was the cause of his poor sales.
Noted. Appreciate your advice, though I think you should try a shower.
Thank you for the advice. I am not confident that I will take it. But advice given all the same, so you have my thanks. Now,
Okay.
I must ask you a question as well. I hear rumor around the town, rumor that you all have, how should I put this delicately, promised to rid these waters of the Kraken that is troubling us. Is this true or merely the rumor of townsfolk?
No.
Wow, it's spreading.
Yes, the common folk are quite excited, and in fact, I do believe that Canute is aware of the rumors as well.
Oh, Yeah, see, just gossip really can get people into trouble. I wish people would just mind their own business.
Yes, this is what I have always said, is that gossip causes nothing but trouble. Now, looking through reading runes into other people's personal lives, that is potentially a different story.
Okay, that's not rumors. That's different.
Right, of course, not gossip.
Do you know anything about the Kraken? What was it again? Sea
Yeah.
serpent?
Yes,
Kraken.
It's a
the
Kraken.
the Kraken. Yes, I am fairly familiar with the Kraken. And does this mean, by your inquiry, that you do intend to do battle with the Kraken?
I wouldn't go so far as right now intend. We could talk about it as a crew. I need to know what you think would be the odds of us not dying all at once.
I mean,
Uh,
is there a way to even sail that way without fighting the Kraken? I think is also a valid question.
It can, with difficulty, be avoided. As for the odds of success, I must admit that, like most of the townsfolk here, I am not familiar with a vessel of this type, so I know not your particular combat capabilities. However, I do believe it unlikely that a single vessel should be able to defeat the Kraken. I will say, already been at work upon the king. I trust that in the event that you do intend to do battle with this Kraken, that he would be willing to lend some of the ships that he has purview over to your aid in this matter.
Good to know.
Well, I think we need to get our orders to be able to leave, just in case, before he changes his mind.
Is it?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yes, I can accompany you if you so desire to go and acquire these orders.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Is that what you would like to do now?
Yeah, because I think Lauren wants to do the other part where we go with
Yeah,
him.
she wants to be there for the monk thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you guys head out to go get the seal of passage from the king. You're able to get into his. Asterix kind of ushers you through. This time, very much like last time, except now you're not under armed guard. However, there is in the longhouse with King Canute, you do see one of the Varangians. Roll a roll an insight check. Problem is, we really need Heath for this one. Tell you what, roll an insight check. Pick one person to roll an insight check for me.
I have. What do I have? I have +4 to insight. I don't know.
I have +6.
Oh, well then.
Well,
Did you already roll?
yeah,
Tyler,
Mira already
roll
rolled with the 10.
Good job, Mira. And so did Kyler.
Well,
Oh,
he
I
got
got
an
it.
8.
Sorry. That was we can listen better next time.
No, I love it.
Years.
Mira takes a good look at the Varangian and says, and Mira, you are confident that this is one of the Varangians.
Okay.
He, as well as some kind of just general northern, not quite warriors, not quite seafarers, but some Viking type guys are talking with the king as Asterix walks in, and
Can we
he's-
hear anything that they're saying as we're walking in?
I don't know. Yes, you can. They're also discussing the Kraken.
Of
And
course they are.
the
Are they gonna fight it?
well, tell you what, I will have, because you asked Mira, I'm going to have you roll another insight check.
Oh,
You got this.
you got physical dice?
I rolled a
16,
one.
that's pretty good.
Okay.
They're talking battle plans as you are
Okay.
coming up. I mean, it seems that they are. I mean, you remember Heath reporting that the Varangians were actively discussing fighting the Kraken and looking for help to do that when they were before they were interrupted. When Corvus was spying on them. So it seems that they are talking with the king and whoever else these other people are about that.
Interesting. Can everybody else hear, or just I heard?
Tell you what, everyone else roll a perception check. If you get, we'll make it an even split. So 10 or higher, and you're able to hear. Below that, you don't hear.
What do I... Is it insight you said? Or
Perception.
Well, it's both +4, so it doesn't matter.
I was gonna
So that's an
say,
11.
because if they can't hear, I'm gonna whisper to Celeste what I heard, but Celeste heard.
Celeste heard it better than
Celeste
anyone else.
perceives.
Celeste knows the details that they're talking about. It's like, oh yes, the cove, coral reef. Yes, okay.
I even perceived what they ate for breakfast from their breath, you know?
You can see the spinach in one of their teeth.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you're all able to kind of make out the conversation to varying degrees of details, but yeah. Asterix will say, he'll look to Celeste and he'll say, perhaps wise to wait for our turn, unless you would like to insert yourself into this conversation.
I think let's talk to the king first, get our clearance, see what he's willing to give us for help with the Kraken, and then we can talk to these guys.
All right, so they're talking for a little bit. After a little while, though, the conversation dies down. Canute dismisses them, and he looks over and says, "Oh, Asterix, my favorite rune reader and seer. Oh, and look, you have my favorite group of vagabonds and sailors, the crew of the Yellowtail, heroes of Canute's Golden Shower."
Awesome.
Good to see you
So
again.
awesome. Tyler, have you tasted the shower?
No, what's that?
Ooh, well, how
You're great.
can you be
Our
here
newest
and not
member.
bring
Has
him
to
some of
taste
the
the shower.
finest? A servant pours a little bit of a dark yellow liquid into a cup and hands it to you, Kyler.
Is this alcoholic?
He says, well, it's mead. Of course it is.
Oh, I would give anything to be able to drink this. But I fear I have to stay at my highest game in order, and this would take me off.
Well, no use in wasting it. Give it to Mira. She keeps talking about it.
Yeah, here you go, Mira.
He says, yes, one of my favorite bards. Toast to us.
Mira, can you tell me exactly what it tastes like so I can live vicariously through you?
All the better, but make it a good performance. Sing a song, perhaps, of the taste of my shower.
Sing a song, sing a song.
Mira's actually gonna take some in her mouth, grab Kyler's face, and like baby bird it into his mouth.
Um,
No.
Kyler, are you gonna attempt to resist this?
Yes.
All right. Um, Mira, I don't even. What the hell is the check for this? Um, I will say I'm gonna give you advantage because I feel like at the very least the shock should give it to you.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say this is a sleight of hand check,
Okay.
even though it's more sleight of mouth.
Hmm.
And Kyler, I'm gonna give you athletics. Um, yours is a straight roll. Mira is at advantage.
My God.
Oof. So that fails, Mira. But I'm gonna let you decide how it fails.
Oh, I just spit it all over his face then.
Love it.
Different kind of golden shower.
It's the original kind of golden shower.
There, Kyler. You've been showered. Welcome
You
to
hear-
the crew.
You hear
Is that how it's
Canute
supposed
kind
to?
of whisper to himself, "This is what strange customs the Genasi have."
We're very mysterious.
Well, now that is out of the way, how about I get you that seal of passage through my waters? How does that sound?
That would be
Lovely.
wonderful.
All right. He'll motion over to a scribe somewhere to draw up the paperwork for you. And then while that's happening, he will. No, he'll talk to all of you. He's not going to try and pull Celeste aside, but he'll say, "Now, I do thank you tremendously for your aid in ridding my town of that criminal underbelly and letting the shower flow freely over my people once more. I ask because, or I must ask because I have been hearing tell that from here you desire to take on the Kraken that is so plaguing us." Is this correct?
Well, you
Yeah.
see, Mira here, her great grandmother took on a kraken. So she's just fulfilling her family, not duty,
Legacy.
legacy. Thank you.
Ah, yes, yes, of course. Yeah, I know that the tales of the common folk run rather tall, but I heard she took down the Kraken single-handedly in hand-to-hand combat, even gouging out
Well, we
its
can't.
eye with a toenail. Is that correct?
Well, we can't all live up to our ancestors. We don't expect Mira to do single-handedly.
Mira, that's awesome.
Yeah, Nana. What's her name was amazing.
Nana, what's her name? That's so cool.
Such unique names among the Genasi too. I dare say, if I should ever be so lucky as to visit one of the elemental planes, oh, what a delight that would be.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So, it is true then that you seek to do battle with the Kraken.
We're open to the idea.
Wonderful. Well, you should know that I would very much like for this Kraken problem to be dealt with. It has truly hindered not only trade, but travel as well. We are all but cut off from sea, from any lands further south from us, barring a daring trip either through the rocky shoals or venturing far off into the open ocean before turning back around. It would be quite a boon for my people for the Kraken to be removed. And I must say that I do intend, if it is truly possible, to lend a few of my boats to the Endeavor as well. And I will say that the Varangians that you have worked so wonderfully with are also interested in the destruction of this fell beast.
Yeah, we got this, right, guys?
Yes. And while, it is part of Mira here's legacy, this would be a boon to you. Um, might we expect anything in return for such a favor?
He says, "Ooh, well, perhaps. What are you looking for?"
Celeste quickly eyes all the crew to see if they have any ideas
Celeste.
other than money.
Jules.
I was gonna say,
Well,
we don't need anything but their gratitude.
Mira's gonna
Never
elbow
know.
Kyler really hard in the side.
Wow.
no need to roll.
With all of the armor, you know?
Yeah, we have a goody two shoes paladin on a crew of pirates. This is fantastic. He will say, "Well, to be fair, I'm not sure how much I could offer in terms of bounty for the destruction of a Kraken, yet I am confident that the horde of the Kraken, from its many decades of destroying ships and the like, would be more than enough to split among those who are combatants, and you should find more than your fair share of monetary compensation from its coffers as well. And I would be happy to guarantee portions to you as well as the king."
Sounds good. And I assume that would also be, we would have free passage to and from your lands from here on out as well.
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, though, I'm sure my negotiators would like for me to keep quiet about this, but that is what the Seal of Passage is. That is free passage henceforward.
Oh, okay. I don't know if this is like a one-time thing.
No,
Yeah,
you are a friend of the kingdom, of course.
Okay, we will accept the offer of, guaranteed, and then maybe an IOU in the future should it ever should time ever come that we might need your help again.
I think any final details can be discussed once we have assembled all those who shall sail against the Kraken. But this seems amenable to me at the moment.
Wonderful.
It's good. So that makes you and the Varangians, and we have quite the flotilla coming together.
Will Kyler also be joining? Or not Kyler?
Asterix.
Strix. Sorry, I was looking at Kyler's name.
Like, no, we're leaving Kyler behind.
Yeah,
So
I know. I
you
was,
prefer
I
more
was
golden
kind of
shower.
confused.
Kyler was just the last name I wrote in my notes, so
Um,
like Kyler Owl. That's where I'm at on the note taking.
Asterix will hear that question and kind of step forward and say, if I may, my king, my understanding, though I could be wrong, is that this crew, though capable that they are, lacks a crew member who is of the wizardly persuasion. If we were to attack in concert. They would need someone on their ship who could communicate with the other vessels. I would be happy to volunteer myself for that role. Knut will say, well, sure, sounds good. You can borrow my portent wizard for a little while during the battle.
We got a wizard.
He will then kind of turn to you, Celeste, and say, that is, of course, if that is also amenable to you, good captain.
Oh, yes, of course. We would be more than happy to house Astrix
He says,
during battle.
wonderful. So I shall serve as the wizard on your ship so that we might remain in contact with all of our allies during the conflict. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss?
Is there anything? We just got money. Is there anything that anyone wants to buy while we're in town before we go to battle?
I want to find out as much as I can about the Kraken from just like I just want to know everything. I don't know who I should
Lyra was
ask,
like,
but I want to know everything possible about this Kraken.
Are you going to voice that to Knut?
Yeah.
Knut will hear this, and he will... one second. He... What do I want to do? Sorry, I'm clicking buttons here. Duplicate. There we go. All right. He'll direct you over to what looks to be his war chambers, and says that you can go join over there to discuss or to gain information, if you will, with those who are over there working on it. Oh no!
Wait.
Oh crap! I think I just crashed Roll20 on my end.
No.
Maybe. We'll see. Yep. Okay. So you're able to head on, or do you want to go over there?
Yeah.
Lyra
I'll
wants to
go
as well.
learn some Kraken stuff.
All right. So you enter into basically what is a war room. There's a large table with a map stretched out on it. And let me just make sure I put you in the right one here. Yep. Okay. And so this is what you see on the map. It's this charted ocean territory with some rocky outcroppings, and then there'll be a cave and like a cave in the side of some cliffs on the bottom left there. You see again this large Varangian individual, as well as another one of King Canut's well, the other guy that he was talking to, basically. They are both there working on pointing at certain parts of the map and talking battle stuff.
Okay.
Question though, like above table,
Yeah.
is this like a Kraken that's like random, or is this like a known Kraken that has like lore and like tales? Like, is this like some fabled Kraken, or is this just like a Kraken that's in the water? I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah, I'm not.
Backstory is what she's asking.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask. Like, this isn't in like D&D lore or anything, or are you asking if like I've made a backstory up for the Kraken?
Is he just misunderstood?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a Kraken. You can start rolling to see how much you know about Krakens, so you can talk to these guys.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for that. I'd
Alright.
like to roll.
All right,
Am I
so
Do I
you're
need to
rolling.
roll, or can I
Straight
just
roll.
say, tell me everything you know?
That's up to you. You can do it however you want.
I got a
Um,
19. Do I add anything to that?
well,
What type of roll is this?
what are you trying to remember about Krakens?
Like, I think anything, like either like, you know, their strengths or weaknesses, like the places that are their structure of bone where they're softest. I don't know, just anything that I can find out about the history of Krakens or about the Kraken itself, like
All right, so give me a nature
how
check
deep
for
they
that.
live, how much their eyesight is, you know.
Yeah.
Just
So
really.
that's a nature check then.
Okay, so 19. What do I have for nature? Nature is +5, so 19 plus 5. I really need a calculator for that. That's really
That's
sad. Hold on.
24. 19 plus 5.
24.
Yeah. So on a 24, you know that Kraken are. We'll tell you what. So that's 24 on the nature. That you know that Kraken are technically amphibious. So they are equally viable on air and water, or in the air and on water. So like they breathe air and water. They can move on land, though they're slow. They are gargantuan titan beasts that are, let's see, nature. Let's stick to nature. They are, I mean, they destroy most things in their area. Typically, when a Kraken appears, that's the end of all normal life in the region. On the 24 is a pretty good roll. You tell you what, give me a luck check. I'm going to give you one more piece of information.
Okay.
Just high or low.
Which dice am I using? Oh, okay. So just a d20. Okay.
Yeah, just tell me if it's high or low.
The 14, is that high?
Yes, 14. It's more than 10. So you also know that Kraken can exert dominance over animals and beasts within a certain range. You don't know what the range is though, but you know that they can like bend the will of animals to themselves.
Okay.
Well, this is alarming.
People too, or just animal? Like when you say animal.
On the check, that's all the specific details I'm going to give you for that with the nature check.
Okay. I'm going to.
Also
And that's just the
available
stuff-
to folks, and so Lyra's used hers. We also have an Arcana check available and a History check available. If you want to just learn more about Kraken.
What's the history check? Crap.
Does anyone have a history modifier higher than +5? Or an arcana
No,
higher
I'm a
than
4
+5?
for
Girl,
both.
both of mine are -1.
Okay.
All right,
Don't-
Kyler, you just go stare at a wall.
Yeah.
So you can pick one of these, Bella.
What's higher for you, Bella? Your history or your arcana?
They're the same. They're both +4, and then Celeste has sorry, mine are +5. Celeste has +4, so I'll roll one. She can roll the other.
You roll arcana, she'll roll history.
Okay.
I am one of the older people, so. Makes sense.
24.
Another 19 for 24.
Look at that.
Stop.
Oh,
Crazy.
Hold on. The odds of three
I roll
19s,
everything.
the odds of two 19s in a row is 1 in 400. That was a 1 in 8,000 chance to get three 19s. That's crazy. Did I do that right?
We mind melded.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad
freaking
that it's, like,
crazy.
an online roll
Right,
because you
very
can't tell us that we're lying.
I know. That is wild. So both of these are going to be just general Kraken knowledge. You're not going to know anything necessarily about these Kraken, but I'm going to, yeah, you're probably going to have a good sense with any conversation. So I'll do the history first because that one's a little bit easier to manage. Celeste, you remember from your time traveling and hearing tales that Kraken are not natural beasts, not natural like creatures. That they, from like eons ago, they were created as living weapons by eldritch gods to fight in wars before knowing, right? As such, they well, I guess this is kind of just going to merge all of the two roles. As such, are they are intelligent creatures. They can understand a great host of languages, though their language of choice is primordial, to reflect that kind of eldritch origin that they have. They are designed to, well, so in the
I
wars,
speak that.
you speak primordial.
I sure do.
That
Hell yeah.
that is wild.
I think it's a Genasi. I think it's a Genasi thing.
It could be. Well, actually, it
It's from the
probably
from Nana.
yeah.
It's from Nana Natalie. What's her name? That's her name, that is her legal name, by the way.
I don't know what's in-
So, I mean, during these wars with eldritch gods, they had more direct purpose, but those wars are long gone. The eldritch gods have basically abandoned the not the material plane, the great D&D cosmology. They're out in like the nothing space of great emptiness outside of the planes. And so as part of that, they've kind of abandoned the Krakens that are still around in this case, the material plane. So typically what Krakens do now is they set up shop somewhere and just destroy for the sake of destruction. They're not greedy like dragons. They just seek to annihilate things, which is basically what their original purpose was. They, for unknown reasons, they will move, and just for their own reasons and agendas, they'll go from one place to another and then just cause destruction there. No one really knows why or what their ultimate goals are other than just destruction. In addition to their ability to dominate animals, and it is animals, I'll give you that. It is not proper sentient life. So, like, you guys are not going to be
We're not in danger of being
yeah,
attacked by it.
you're not in danger. I mean, it can communicate with you telepathically, but it's not going to like dominate you. That's not a concern here. Now, if you have animals on your ship, which none of you do, like even the familiars aren't animals; they're different. But like if you had animals on your ship, like they could be dominated. But the Kraken also, as a primordial engine of war, has how complete its control is somewhat unclear, but it can control weather in its region of influence as well, preferring lightning. So half the time, ships that are destroyed by Krakens don't even see the Kraken. They just get annihilated by bolts of lightning.
Is it like the longer it's there, that the more control it has of weather?
The
Or is it, we don't know.
that's not going to be a relevant factor.
Okay.
But the range of a Kraken's influence is measured in miles.
Boy.
And I think that's what you're gonna get from those rolls, which were just crazy good.
Yeah.
Can I ask just the people in the room how long the Kraken has been here terrorizing them? Just
Yeah.
curious.
So you're gonna go in. Are you just gonna walk in and ask this question? You're gonna introduce yourselves. Like, how do you start this conversation?
Lyra would walk in and just ask. Lyra has no
Yeah,
social
we're
cues.
just asking. We're just walking in. We're just asking.
Sounds good. Which one are you gonna ask? You gonna ask the Varangian or the Viking?
Can we not speak to the room?
You can. Okay, so just in general.
Yeah.
Okay. And your question is, how long has the Kraken been there?
Yeah. Do we know how long the Kraken has been here specifically?
The Viking's gonna answer, and he's gonna say, I heard tale from my grandfather that there used to be a city of merfolk. No one's heard from merfolk since. That Kraken's been there nigh on a century now.
Okay, long time.
Yes, long time. Longer than any of us have been alive, that's for sure.
Okay, so this problem has lasted generations, and I'm assuming many people before have attempted to deal with it and not been successful.
Say, in all honesty, I couldn't tell you. I don't believe there are many fool enough like us to even consider attacking this terrible beast. I still believe that we should simply endure.
Well, then why have the two of you decided to be fools?
He's gonna. The Viking's gonna kind of roll his eyes and look over at the king. The other one, the Varangian, is going to take offense at that comment. He says, I and my soldiers, us holy warriors, we are not fools. We have been sent here to purge evil from these lands and these waters, and thus we shall, for God wills it.
All right, I like the passion. You guys go first.
The Varangians will do what we must. We fear neither death nor combat, unlike some. That is directed at you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
They're neither of us will take that bait. I'm gonna tell you that right
Lyra,
now.
is Astrix with us? Question.
Yeah, Astrix is there.
Lyra's gonna lean over and whisper to Astrix, do you guys keep any like records? Like if there were to have been like an attack with the ruler of this land or have kept like records, you know.
Um, he'll say, records are unlikely. Canute has not been in power for that long, and the previous rulers did not keep records of any note. Nothing more than carvings and etchings upon standing stones and the like.
I'll have to check those out later, but I guess that's no use to us now.
No, and we know of no stories from at least the north of anyone truly attempting to dislodge the Kraken from its lair.
Well, I guess we're trendsetters.
That you might be. Currently, the conversation between the two men is an attack the only way for the attack to happen really is going to be from the upper right portion of this map. The Viking says that Canute is able to fill 3 longboats full of warriors and Vikings to be able to send. The Varangian, the captain here, or the commander here, believes that the Varangians will be able to assemble a decent amount more than that. He he thinks that they can get at least 3 dragon boats. He has already offered his droman, and he believes that he can get more. And he thinks that with good convincing, he can even get the Dromegalos ship to join the battle.
It sounds
Well-
promising.
Please be good at convincing.
He says, in this holy conquest, will not need to be good at convincing. It is merely if the leadership that is above me will believe the cause worthy. And of course they will.
Can I ask an above table, just like battle mechanics question?
Yes.
When we do eventually fight this, because we're gonna have all of these different guys helping us,
Yes.
but obviously they're all NPCs. Are we going to just like by default get to take the lead and kind of how we want to deal with it, or are they just gonna like go crazy and start?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
My
Like,
plan, basically, how I envision this kind of happening is the whatever group you get together, because like you could in theory get more than what's being discussed right here.
okay.
Basically, we would be like, it's the eve of battle. You're outside the range of everything, and you all have a battle meeting, and you'll give. That's why I have a blank map. You'll
Okay.
give directions. You'll figure out how you want to deploy all of the ships, and then my assumption was that you guys would not want to micromanage the NPC ships, but if you did, I'm happy to let you do that. My assumption was that you'd all want to kind of like give general directions and orders and let me, the NPCs, kind of just follow those instructions. But like I said, I've again above table. Asterix is basically like your command and control radio. Like you can talk to the other ships,
Okay.
get information and pass it along, that kind of thing.
That did answer my question. It was more just like we're in charge, even though
Yeah,
there's a lot of different groups going on. We still control the like
Right now,
general.
I will say if you're just like go in there and smash yourself against the rock, like they're not going to do that, right?
No. But my question was answered. We have influence over what they do.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how they fight. We can talk through Asterix, and they will listen to us
For the most
They're
part,
not
yeah.
gonna-
Within character,
within
they will,
reason.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to tell them to sink their own ship, but like, if we have a strategy of attack, they will
Yes.
follow it generally. Okay, that was my question. I had another thing. Oh, they were created by gods.
Yes.
Gods that are kind of have abandoned this plane, this realm.
Right.
Lyra, do you think it would be worth talking to some of your gods that you talk to get any assistance or information or anything like that?
I will say
I can
your
talk to
role
Lyra.
is high enough that this. So like the when I say it's like an eldritch god, I mean you guys remember Nugrox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's he was based on an eldritch deity.
Okay.
So like that's the kind of deity we're talking about here. As far as time frame, this would have been significantly before the influence of really any god that's being currently worshipped.
Understood.
Okay, so they can't do anything for us generally.
Yeah, I mean, this you're kind of getting into the range. I mean, there are mechanical things in D&D that I think are what you're looking for. It's stuff like divine intervention and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's going to be kind of outside the realm here.
Okay. 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 Just want to exhaust all of our.
No, I mean, hey, that's a good thought. I just assumed it'd be better because it's a non-starter for me just to tell you that rather than to role play it for 45 minutes.
No, I appreciate that so much. Okay. Well, I think that's all from me at the moment. I'm gonna go pee now. I'll be back.
And do they know about the fact that it can control, like, all we know, they're aware of? Like, we don't need to inform them, or should we inform them?
Well, let's see. I'll make some rolls here for them. Okay. Oh my god. Some of their rolls are almost as bad as yours. They know that the weather is bad all the time by the Kraken. That's, I'm going to say, I mean, it is above table, right? But they don't know about the domination of beasts. They don't know the history of Krakens, like where they come from. They just know that, like, hey, big evil sea monster shows up and destroys everything. Like, that's kind of what they know. And they know that the weather is always bad.
Okay, Lyra's gonna say, by the way, I feel like it should be known that, oh, well, it's not me that knows. It should be Celeste and Mira that know, or do we all know?
I think, again, those rolls were as stupid as they were. I'm going to say that this information is, you've been hearing and talking about the Kraken a little bit. You've shared all this with each other.
Well, Lyra's gonna say, you guys are aware that the Krakens can control beasts, right?
The Viking is going to look at you and go, "Oh, of course they can, oh, the bastard." The Varangian's going to say, "The devil's in that beast. We shall destroy him for God."
Okay, I didn't actually get up because I realized I have more stuff. I want to know what else is in this water in the area that we're going to be in. What beasts are there?
Ooh,
I would assume
that's a
sharks.
good question.
What animals? Give me the animals, and I want to be specific.
Yes, here, let me list it off.
Maybe looking like a
I will
reef shark.
back tell you what types
Looking
of whales are
reefy, could be a
capable
reef
of
shark.
versus what they're not.
As far as beasts that would be like vaguely relevant for a boat, right? Is like, like a salmon isn't going to be a problem, right?
Well, I don't think there would be any salmon.
But like if a horde of flying fish come attacking you, could be a problem. They're all flying at your face.
That is true.
Dinner's jumping into the boat.
What I will say through your travels and all of that in this area, and I mean, you got charts and things like that on the Yellowtail. You know that there are both sharks and whales in these waters, though more than that you don't know a tremendous amount about.
But we don't know what kind.
No, not specific. I mean, the sharks are like sharks that eat things and people and stuff.
Does anybody in the area know what kind? Can we find someone who knows? Is there a marine biologist in this town?
I'm gonna go here with no. They are not gonna have any real awareness of, because they stay away from this area, so they're not gonna really know.
So it's just sharks and whales in the general vicinity
that you know of, yeah.
Question: if I were to turn into a shark, could it control me?
No, because you don't actually become a beast. You're just in.
Okay. I was just really curious about that. I was like, wait, if I were to like turn into a shark and go check it out down there.
No, now it would know. I would say that this thing is intelligent enough and you're familiar enough. It would know that you're not.
Yeah.
Like, like you can't use this to like. I mean, you could try, but there'd be some really hard checks to like sneak up on it and like bite it. But that probably wouldn't go well.
Can we swim around and see for ourselves what kind of whales and sharks are in the area?
Not at the current moment, but I mean, you
Is
have
there
free.
like a real life?
In
Is
theory,
there
I
a
could turn into
real
like a beluga
Earth?
whale and like echolocate
I
the
don't know if
animals
there's
in
a
the
beluga in
ocean.
this. Okay.
I'm just saying. They got sharks have bad eyesight, so I don't want to be a shark
Well,
necessarily.
you should be a sperm whale because they have the strongest echolocation. It can actually hurt people.
What
In
is
theory,
the
I could turn into a
CR?
sperm whale and see what's down there when we get there.
D&D sperm whale stat block. They're in the bestiary.
Question.
Yes.
If she were to turn into a whale
Mm-hmm.
or an animal, that if she were to turn into an animal that exists in like a pod or a pack regularly, would she be able to like call them to like her aid? Would they help her?
Go full
Probably
Aquaman. I mean, she can communicate with. I believe she can communicate with animals. I don't know. That you might need a spell to speak with animals.
I'm trying
I
to get
have
like
speak
a
with
pod
animals.
of orcas.
I am, in fact, I do have speak with animals.
Sperm whale, by the way, is a CR8, so she cannot turn into a sperm whale.
Okay, well, that's so sad. Is there like a real light? Like, where in the world for real would this place be?
You're off
Can
the
I-
coast of Scotland right now.
Yeah, I have it on my
Okay.
map because I have the map book.
Off the
Yes.
coast of Scotland.
Yeah, well, you guys know that that's where you are. Like you've deduced that throughout the course of the
You
campaign.
did tell it. Now that I'm hearing it,
Yeah.
you did tell us that.
I think that goes back to to Little Troll was able to get you a map of the
Yeah, 'cause
area
I have
and
the
you
map
figured
book.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
checking where we go on the little map.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys are a pirate ship. Like you have your own maps and charts that you can cross-reference stuff. I mean, you got a good amount, even without Lyra's library. You got a good amount of information on this boat. That just like any, Golden Age pirate would just have.
We got a mermaid on our boat, so we're cool.
Hmm.
Wait, what did you say?
Said we're cool. Didn't we get a? We have a mermaid on our boat.
Oh,
front of it,
the mast piece or the
Yeah.
yes. I thought you meant like
was so
one of.
confused. I can get
I
myself,
honestly
and I
thought that
skipped
you were
right
assuming
over.
Mira was a mermaid.
No,
I tried to get as close as possible.
Get in there, Mira.
I mean, Mira is pretty close to a mermaid, quite frankly.
That was on purpose.
That doesn't.
But apparently
surprise
there are mermaids. They mentioned that there used to be mermaids. I mean, I don't know if that information might not be true, but I might look for them.
me. No, you would definitely know that merfolk are a thing.
And
And you're not one.
Wow, that was savage.
it wasn't allowed. Also, what the heck would I do without legs? Sorry.
Yes, that would make
You got a fishbowl or something. That'd be
carry
funny.
you around in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Brian could have carried you around a bathtub, but
Brian could have. Kyler would have
She
tried
doesn't-
his
she doesn't
hardest
hear
and
you.
have been really happy about it. But
we could fashion you like a little wagon.
that's
And
cute.
fill it with
So, is there anything else you guys want to discuss currently with these commanders?
Did we just generally give them the information that we know about like just that they can control the weather and the animals and stuff?
Yeah.
When were you guys thinking of battling this monster?
So we are still in the planning stages. We would need, once we decide to attack, we would need time to actually gather the forces here. Potentially, certainly a few days once the order is given to set out. So above table, you're looking at potentially a week of downtime from whenever you guys want to trigger this to when the actual fight will take place.
Okay.
Dang. Um,
And by the way, that also does mean like going full video game here, like this is a quest that will remain static until you trigger it.
Oh, so we could technically come back.
So like you mean go on to the next place and then come back later?
Yeah.
You can. Things that will potentially change, like who is willing to fight and that kind of thing. But you might be able to find different allies later, right? I mean, this is
Right.
this is where D&D is not a video game. You can do whatever
Yeah.
you want. Like, you can choose to just not do this. Just like you could. I mean, you could have just attacked Canute the first time you met him if you so chose.
Oh, I think about it every time we see him.
Yeah, but then we would have had to fight Asterix. Because he works for him.
That's true. And he definitely
Well, I'm glad we-
existed when you first met King Canute.
Yeah.
And didn't
But
come
how
into
would not
have had to
existence
fight Aether. He
solely
wasn't even-
because Brian went on a murder spree and I needed an investigator.
Oopsies.
Well, hey, it forced me to invent Lauren's current favorite character from the campaign, so all good. That's how it works.
True.
Well, we could trigger it now and then deal with the monks and that whole thing at another time. But, like, because we still have to be here. We'll probably still be here in a week.
Above table, I would wait until you, personally, I'd wait until you deal with the monk quest line before you trigger this.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
trigger
not
this when
triggering
you
it.
are sure you're ready to leave. And to be
Yeah.
fair, you can leave without dealing with the monks. Of course, or like doing the monk thing. Of course, then Night Piercer will show up and you're just gonna have to deal with the consequences of that. So,
Right.
but it is a choice that you all have.
Okay, so then we'll wait. Because I don't know how long the monks thing is going to take. I figured it was just going to take, like, 2 days. But apparently it could take longer.
I think if we learned anything, it's that we can make stuff last so long if we put our minds to it.
I'm still determined to figure out the runes. I will come back. I tried figuring it out while I was doing homework, and I was like, my brain hurts. I feel like it's going to be so simple, and I'm going to feel really stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, to be fair, we are officially past the point where anything in-game will happen if you figure it out.
Oh no. Poor Stormforge.
Yeah, the Stormforge, when you left, they just kind of meandered off into the distance.
Well, well, then you have to tell me what it was.
Tell you what, when we're done with the session, I'll tell you how to figure it out.
Okay.
Would it have had like a big effect if she had figured it out?
You just would have gotten money.
So it's fine.
my one and only goal in life, which is to possess money.
I was gonna say this is very disappointing for Celeste, I'm sure. But. Cool. So, do you guys have anything else you want to do with the battle plans at the moment? You can come back to this, of course.
Not at the moment.
I think I'm good.
All right. So we'll move you back into not this one. There we go. All right. So Celeste had mentioned shopping. Do any of you want to go to the stores around here, or
Lyra does.
All right. Which store does Lyra want to go to?
What are the stores again, other than Littlefoot? I know there's like a market, and we already went to the Colt one, because I got the slime tracker, and
So did I tell you about my realization with that slime tracker? just real quick above
No.
table. So I texted Brianna about this right after like the first session where you started the investigation, and I was like, "Crap, um, you know, Gabriella has a slime that can sniff this body and will go straight to Brian." And
Oh, I would
not
never
only
win the
that,
body though.
not well, because the flesh was the flesh golem that she had.
Yeah.
So it would have found her. And then I don't even know if I told Brian this. It like what that thing would have done, which is just what it does, is it would have basically surrounded her head and strangled her to death. And like slithered through her throat into her lungs and stuff. So I was like, oh crap, she basically has the
You would just kill Brian on the.
well, I mean,
second.
you had basically you had the golden finch for that whole little quest thing just in your pocket the whole time. So yeah, that was close to a disaster, but alas. But yes, so there's the slime, the ooze shop, the cult of Jubilex. There's obviously the gem merchant. There's various other shops. There's the scroll, the arcanist, and then you do know that there's Little Troll's odds and ends here as well.
Oh, maybe I'll go to Little. Well, I'm looking for an amulet. I want an amulet.
A specific kind of amulet.
A special amulet, but I have no I was gonna leave that to you, kind of a thing.
Okay.
Or like a holy symbol that's special in some way. Either way, I was just trying to find something for my cleric side. It's fun because I have money now.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, well, so you let me know
We
where.
can come back to that as well.
This is all up to you guys. Also, I mean, I will say we can also, if you guys don't have anything in particular that you want to do, we can make this a shorter session too. I mean because it sounded like you wanted to hold off on the dwarven cleric stuff for Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be sad if we did it without her.
So, so we could in theory call it here as well if you'd like.
Personally, I'd be okay with that. But
Ooh.
what does everyone else think?
I mean, I'm pretty tired.
So it sounds like this is a good place. So we'll do this. As you guys are leaving Canute's longhouse fort area, the dwarf whose name I don't remember and I had written down, here it is. The dwarf you guys know as Osrek will come running up to you and the party and will say, "Oh, good, you're back. Oh, it's time. I can tell we need to get going. Get those people at the monastery. Yes, we need to get them. Yes, before it's too late." And we'll cut the session there.
Yay.
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 All right.
Good
Well,
night. Love.